we see so often in the marriage, if you have a giving attitude where you're concerned about the other party, not yourself. But if it's 50-50, it doesn't work. It's got to be 100%, 100%.
That's beautifully put, and I think even in the single life, which of course I live the single life in the world, it's not a question of 50% depreciation and 50% appreciation. It's 100% appreciation. And then in the climate of appreciation, to take into account something like the beautiful text from the end of the book of Job, yes, there are times in our life when the Lord gives and the Lord takes away. But ultimately, blessed be the name of the Lord. That's 100% appreciation.
Yes, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
And I always what comes to mind is Abraham Lincoln used to say that a man will be about as happy as he makes up his mind to be. In other words, what you decide to think about and focus on is going to make you either happy or very unhappy. And if we decide to look for things to appreciate and to treasure, that's going to make us very happy.
Well, I want to come back on, in light of Father Bernard's remarks there, the word option. This word will frequently appear in the power of appreciation. An option to abandon ourselves into the arms of the mystery, a decision, a choice.
Yes.
We don't have to make it. We can refuse and reject even the grace prompting us to appreciation. So there's no question that option is necessary.
Right. And you mentioned before, Dr. Muto, about the mystery manifesting itself in everydayness. Now, this is something that that language also comes up frequently. Also, the grace. I mean, some of the terms that you're using you're trying to make them perhaps maybe more ecumenical or more the basis for everyone's experience, but then they tie in directly to faith language in terms of Catholic faith language. And because I noticed that the grace, we talk in our family apostolate about the grace and the responsibility of the present moment.
Right.
Yes.
And you speak of the mystery manifesting itself through everydayness, and that there are directives that are being offered. And maybe you could explain that a little bit, because that certainly ties in with the option to be able to recognize those directives or to depreciatively not recognize them.
Actually, this takes us directly to the word epiphany. We know that that word means let into the light. It also attunes us to manifestations of the Most High, of the mystery, in the most ordinary circumstances of everyday life. And I think that as we become more epiphanic, that is to say, more alert to the way in which the mystery is addressing us, that we become startled and delighted by the possibilities for appreciation that come in everyday life, from that first sip of tea or coffee in the morning to the warm bed that is given to us by God at night. Always opportunities to give thanks, just as St. Paul reminded us in the opening reading from Ephesians. There are always manifestations of reasons to say, thank you, O Holy Mystery, O Trinity, for all that you have given me today.